Hello everyone, it's Chrissi Kelly from Absent, and here I am. It's day 21. So for those of you who have been with me every day, congratulations. You're well on your way to creating a habit with smell training. And that is, of course, the intention of this series of live smell trainings. So if you've got your smell training kit somewhere to hand, get it out and get ready to smell train with me. As you can see, I have, my voice has improved since yesterday. I'm sorry about what happened when I got in last night from my trip to Barcelona, but that's life. We're not always completely prepared and in a state of calm for when we smell train. Sometimes it has to be done a little bit on the fly, and I want you to know that even I do that, and it's perfectly fine. The main thing is that you stick with it. Right, so just a couple of tips to remind you. We're going to be going through the four elements of our smell training kits. I use jars. I think that's the best way of doing it. It gives you, I think, the most confidence about your smell training experience. So let's get going. Hi to everyone who's waved. Nice to see you all. Okay, so I'm starting with grapefruit, and taking the lid off, and I'm just going to have some bunny sniffs. I know a lot of you are concerned because maybe you don't always perceive anything that seems anything like the smell that you think you should be smelling. You know, you might be smelling clove and it smells really disgusting or something else, but don't worry, that is perfectly fine. And another thing is that if you've got parosmia, don't be worried that the smell that you're smell training now is going to somehow be relearned in its distorted state. That's not the way the sense of smell works. That is your sense of smell kind of regenerating, and it's perfectly normal part of the recovery process. And as I think I've said here before a couple of times, we do know now, there's been one article that has found that smell training is beneficial to people who have parosmia. So one last final sniff, and I hope you're sniffing along with me. As you know, I've had a cold, so smell training has also been really good for me because like you, when you get a cold, I get frantic that something bad is going to happen to my sense of smell. And smell training every day, even when I had a stuffy nose, as best I could, makes me feel really good that I can still smell. Right, that's number one done. Moving on now to lime. Hi, Julie. Just these little baby sniffs. Only something like 10% of the air that we breathe in through our nose actually gets to the place where the smelling happens. The rest of it goes straight down into the lungs. By taking little bunny sniffs, you're just hitting that sweet spot for smell. But it means you're not getting enough air to breathe. So make sure you pause in between and have some normal breath. So I'm talking to you, and therefore I'm breathing normally while I do that. I'm really visualizing a lime, thinking about what a lime feels like, thinking about maybe having a margarita, fresh lime juice over your food, really nice. Lindsay has asked where she can buy smell training kits. Absent sells smell training kits. You can find them at absent.org. You can also make your own. We have instructions on our website that will help you put everything together. But I do really recommend the kind of jar method. So anyway, I'm now moving on to the third jar, and this one is thyme. This is from one of the Absent kits. It's a really medicinal smell. It's not really the smell that I associate with the plant. I used to have a great big thyme plant where I lived in my previous house, and love cooking with thyme. But this, the oil extract is got a much more medicinal kind of smell. And this thyme was also in the throat lozenges that I've been using this week. So it must have medicinal properties of some kind. Little baby sniffs. Right. And finally, this is called benzoin. This is, don't ask me where it comes from. It's also a slightly medicinal, aromatic essential oil that this is something that I made up myself. Yep, thyme and oregano are really nice ones. Smell train with things that you love. If you have recovered to a point where you're starting to smell things, your favorite foods and so on, or maybe if you're just before that threshold, make sure that you go to the foods that you love, go to the things that you love the smell of, whether that's hand cream or a certain kind of shampoo, whatever it is, and make sure that you, you can smell train with those things as well, but make sure that you smell those things with the expectation